Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Lost Intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR and Trials of Osiris have returned, and I got a lot of info about these two things in particular today. A couple of farms that you might want to do regarding such. We'll also cover all the other glitches, cheeses, and farms that are still circulating in the Destiny 2 world that you can take advantage of. But first, today, XUR can be found in the tower hangar, right over here. If you're having trouble seeing him, try going back to orbit and then dropping back into the tower. Don't just fast travel to the courtyard, that won't work. And he is selling, along with our exotic Ingram. We have the Huckleberry submachine gun. We have the Radiant Flux for the Hunter class with a 61 total roll, 17 mobility, 13 resilience, 13 intellect, and 7 strength. We have the Insurmountable Skull Fort with a 63 total roll for the Titan class. Pretty good. 21 mobility and 20 strength, which is pretty awesome. And we have the Apotheosis Veil for the Warlock with another 63 roll, 17 recovery, 13 intellect, 10 strength, 12 mobility. Overall, fairly vanilla, if you're asking me, as far as the loot goes today. 63s aren't too bad, not the best we've ever gotten. The allocation of the stats is not great, though it's not terrible. Remember, on the second page, we also have our exotic cipher quest that you can do to buy some of those exotics from the tower kiosk, if none of the loot is really suiting you today. Now, before I go any further, I have talked several times now about the Tuesday XUR bug. This is a glitch where XUR will actually appear after the reset on Tuesdays with the coming week's legendary legendary cache of weapons. However, with different rolls on them, then they may appear that coming Friday. So on Tuesday, at the location where XUR is currently, so for this coming Tuesday, it'll be in the tower. If you go to XUR before reset and stay here until after reset, you will see a new cache of legendary weapons with specific rolls on them that may not be there that Friday, even though we are seeing that coming Friday's cache. So this past Tuesday, the Dire Promise was being sold, but with a completely different roll, and it was pretty awesome. So unfortunately, if you didn't get a chance to go get the Dire Promise this past Tuesday, this roll, though it is not bad, is not as good as the one that was here on Tuesday, which was a rangefinder with snapshot. I believe it had high caliber rounds or armor piercing rounds, and I believe Steady Hand and True Sight were the two with a range masterwork. So though this isn't bad with elemental capacitor and a snapshot with a stability masterwork, it is not as good as the glitch XUR was on Tuesday. So always remember, if you have the opportunity, and I might make a video about it eventually, to get here on Tuesday, the same place XUR is, and just stay here through the reset. XUR won't disappear. You'll see the exotic weapons disappear, but the legendaries will be new, and they will have specific rolls that will not be duplicated that coming Friday. As far as the armor is concerned today, we have a 59 roll on the gauntlets, we have a 61 roll on the chest armor, 60 roll on the helmet, and a 59 on the leg armor. So no real standouts. As far as other legendary weapons are concerned, we have the Enigma's Draw with opening shot and rapid hit. We have the False Promise with threat detector and Eye of the Storm. We have the Achilles SR sniper rifle with no distraction and box breathing. We have the First In Last Out with auto loading holster and Demonologist. We have the Honor's Edge with energy transfer and shattering blade. as well as Enduring Guard. And then we have the Kneeling with Rapid Hit and Surrounded. And that's it for XUR today. Moving on. Like I said, we have Trials of Osiris. And this week, it is the Freelancer playlist. Though it is not appearing, if you're confused, next to Trials like it did last time. Now it just is the actual Trials playlist. So there's no separate playlist for the Freelancer. So this is a really good week for solo players if you're looking to farm out some Trials loot. And I have an even better glitch to share with you that I know is still currently functioning because they didn't have time, I think, to patch it since last week. It's also a little bit nuanced, so I don't think they'll really get to it until next season, or maybe after the December 7th update. But if you go to 7 wins, you'll obviously be flawless at that point, though flawless doesn't count until you actually go to the lighthouse. So once you go to the lighthouse after 7 wins, you will be put into the flawless pool. If you don't want to get put into that flawless pool and you feel like that's just going to be too high a level of competition and you want to still play in the non-flawless pool while still being able to farm out adept weapons, don't go to the lighthouse after 7 wins. Keep playing on the card that you have, and you'll still be able to farm out adept weapons because you are flawless, but you will not be in the flawless pool. So, 7 wins, keep playing. The only downside to this is that if you do lose on that car, you will then not be able to go to the lighthouse unless you have a friend who is also flawless to load up the lighthouse and you join in, and then you'll be able to actually go to the lighthouse. So the only drawback to this method of farming adept weapons is that once you keep playing on that card, if you are solo, you will not be able to go to the lighthouse after 7 wins if you lose. Only if you lose. If you keep winning, you can still go. If you happen to lose, have a buddy, if they are also flawless, go to the lighthouse first, and or you join a party with them, they lead, and they take you into the lighthouse. It's a great way to farm out adept weapons, and because this is a Freelancer playlist weekend, it's probably going to be the best chance to farm out those adepts. The weapons available this week from Trials, we have the Eye of Soul, then we have the Igneous Hammer, and then for the Adept, we have the Messenger, which is super meta right now, so I'm sure everybody's going to be chasing after it. I had a really good roll on a Igneous Hammer last week. I think I still have it. Yep. And I had a quick draw and snapshot with a range masterwork and a small bore. Pretty awesome. I'm going to drop into a Trials map at the end of the video just to round it out and show you what that is. But before we drop into Trials, just a quick little roundup of the week. This week's Nightfall is Exodus Crash. There is a boss glitch spot. I talked about it in my previous video. You can go check that out. To make this a little bit easier, if you're going for either your Conqueror Seal or you're just trying to farm out an Uzuma RR4 sniper rifle or a Plug 1 fusion rifle, which is the Adept versions are available from the Grandmaster Nightfall on a completion with the Platinum score this week. If you are trying to farm out the 4th Mark exotic ship, the one that I currently have equipped, remember that the coup de grace mission can be completed multiple times on one character. You don't just have to do it on one character, on once per character per week. You can do it more than 3 times per week by simply resetting the lure as soon as you drop into the coup de grace mission. So equip your lure, your Cryptolith lure with the mods you need. It would be the High Celebrant mod. And then once you drop into the mission, that'll give you access to the mission. Once you go in, you reset it. Doesn't matter if you have a mod or the mod's equipped to the Cryptolith lore on the completion. It's just a way of completing it, by way of completing it, that you will get the 4th mark ship. So you can do this over and over again simply by equipping your Cryptolith lore and then resetting it as soon as you drop into the mission. If you're looking for some free spoils of conquest, you can still go into the Last Wish raid and solo the Kali encounter. Very easy solo. You can do it on all 3 characters for 9 extra spoils of conquest each week. You can also always go into these raids, all the raids, and get free raid loot. I think I've talked about that several times, so most people probably know those methods by now. But if you don't, leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll cover them again. We have the Chamber of Starlight for the 1350 Legendary Lost Sector today, and then we have a Atheon's Rest. I think that's how you pronounce it. For the 1320, 1320 is giving exotic head armor, and the Chamber of Starlight is granting exotic chest armor. Remember, if you're after some exotic chest armor, you don't ever actually have to do the 1350 Legendary Lost Sector. In any case, regardless of what you're going for, you can always just do the 1320 on any given day. Just make sure that you have a full inventory of engrams, any engrams, bright engrams, umbral engrams, normal engrams, whatever. Just make sure that your inventory is full. All the loot that you receive from the 1320 will go to your postmaster, but it will be from the entire exotic pool for both Legendary Lost Sectors. So if you're chasing after whatever that is in the 1320, you can get it from the whatever is from the 1350, you can get it from the 1320. And this particular one, I have to say, is really, really fast. So I don't know why this isn't loading now. Other things you can do for more spoils of conquest. Remember, you can still glitch into the Vault of Glass to get that first secret chest fairly easily on all 3 characters. You can then, if you are proficient in sparrow flying, go to the next 2 secret chests to get more spoils of conquest on all 3 characters. Still available, not patched. So now I'm going to drop into a trials match just to see what the map is today. But that's going to round out pretty much all the info for this Friday. Hopefully you found something helpful. Hopefully you get some good farming done in trials. I know a lot of people really don't get a chance to play trials in the way that they'd like, with a possible flawless in mind, because they are solo players and it is difficult to play trials solo. But this week, I think, is really going to be a good week for all those people who don't play it that often. So there'll be a lot of people playing, so maybe we'll get into some easier games as well. If you liked today's content and want more Destiny 2 content in the future, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That'll also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. The next one that we're doing is at 55,000 subscribers. We're doing a Witch Queen Deluxe Seasonal Pass giveaway. Hopefully we reach 55,000 by the time that launches so that nobody misses out on any of the new content. All you have to do, like I said, is like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter, which will be linked in the description box down below. Today's map is Convergence, not one of my favorites. Following me on Instagram or Twitter gives you another entry into that giveaway. And if you've made it all the way to this point in the video, please leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag Trials of Osiris or a hashtag Beyond Light or a hashtag Season of the Lost in the comment section down below. That'll give you another entry for this video. Remember, I do a secret hashtag at the end of every video, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back and do it again because they stack between all videos. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you next time. Have a good, fun weekend farming out trials, I hope. Killed right off the rip. Thanks so much for watching. Little.